What is going on, guys? PixCam20 back in with a brand new video. Today we are on Assetto Corsa Competizione for the PS4, not the PC but the PS4 version, as we have finally got it for the console, and I'm gonna explain to you guys exactly what this game entails, how it handles, how everything is on the console, and get to that dreaded warning of the 30 FPS. So jumping into the game, we get alerted with this start game, and we get the private policy as we accept that. No one really reads that, but I was very excited to get the game onto the console just to get a good comparison with the PC, as we do go to the options. As the first thing I'm gonna let you guys know right now, when you guys are jumping onto the game, definitely tweak the control settings, tweak with the force feedback. Also make sure that you are putting the correct button layout to your steering wheel, as it's going to be very important when you guys are doing that when you're jumping into the game for the first time. So again, going into the game now, we are on the track list, and you can see that we have all the DLC, as we did do a pre-order. But if you guys buy the game, I believe for the next 2 weeks after it came out on the PS4, you still get the DLC. Not sure exactly how that works on the Xbox One. I think the Xbox One, since you were able to pre-order it, you can definitely pre-order it on Xbox One and get all the DLC. But I'm not sure if they're going to extend the DLC timeline for the 2 weeks, but I know for sure they're going to do it for the PS4, as we are getting here for a single race. I'm actually going to be able to show you guys how the graphics look like, how the car handles, how the engine sounds like, to see if it sounds superior or worse to its PC counterpart, and just get a good feel of what to look for when you guys get this game on the console. So tweaking all the settings here now, we are jumping into Suzuka, as it is one of the DLC race courses, and you can see right now that the graphics are pretty good. If you look at it, it's about equivalent to a medium to high setting on the PC. If you guys are running a really good PC, you can actually see that it's got a really good detail still. You can see all the fabric on the stitching on the dashboard, and also you can see a lot of the shadow, a lot of good textures on the cars, and you can also see the marbles on the floor. But the number one thing I know a lot of you guys were questioning was, how was it gonna run with 30 FPS? And to be frankly honest with you, I can tell just coming from the PC, because I played in 60 frames per second on the PC. But honestly, if you guys are coming onto the console and you guys are coming from like GT Sport or any other game, it's not really that big of a deal, honestly. I mean, I wish it would have been 60 FPS, but I mean, the way that the hardware is for the PS4 and the Xbox One, I know it would have been a little bit difficult to get this type of graphics with 60 FPS. So I understand why they locked it down to 30 frames per second, but again, it really didn't taint the experience. I actually, again, just really enjoyed it, and the steering actually felt really well, as I know a lot of people were wondering if they were going to dumb down the physics and the handling for the car, and they kind of did, in my opinion. I mean, it feels a little bit easier than what it does on the PC, but I'm not sure if that's just because I'm not coming into this game brand new. I'm coming into this game with a lot of experience, well, not a lot of experience, but a lot of playing time. And I don't know, it just felt very easy to me when I came onto this game and was playing against the AI. But I don't know how it's going to handle for you guys if you guys are jumping into this game for the first time, if it's going to be easy for you guys, or if it's going to be a steep learning curve like how it took me when I first jumped into the game on the PC. But that is definitely one thing you have to keep in mind of, is if you guys are jumping into this game, it's going to feel a lot different than some of the other racing games, especially coming from like a SimK like GT Sport or Forza, or if you guys are coming from like Need for Speed especially. So one thing that you guys are probably also wondering is, how do the AI work? One thing that you guys can definitely see is on the top left, you only get 19 AIs that you can race against max. So I mean, it's cool that we were able to get over 15 and have at least more than 16 cars on the racetrack. But again, it caps out at 19. At least that was as much as I was able to put onto the racetrack whenever I was doing any single player races. And I believe on the PC you can do a little bit more than 20 or 19 AI on the track, and I think you could bump it up all the way up to 24, if not 32. But again, I was a little bit disappointed by that, but then again, I understand, because the consoles are a lot older, they can only handle so much. But again, I was very impressed that they were at least able to get 19 and not only have 15. So they work really well. The AIs are very smart. I do recommend, if you guys are just starting off with the game and you guys are trying to get used to everything, to keep the AI at a lower level, and then just gradually push them up to a harder level just before you guys start getting into getting better at the game, just so you guys don't accidentally run into them, crash into them, or you guys are pushing too hard and accidentally spin out, as you do have a safety rating on the top right that's going to be grading you guys the entire way when you guys are just starting off with the game. That's one thing to keep in mind if you guys purchase this game. Now, the next thing I wanted to look at, just to see all the content and see what they have, and they have basically majority of the stuff that you have on the Assetto Corsa on PC. You have the championship, the career, the special events that you could enter in and participate, but you do need to have a PSN account. And then they also have single player, multiplayer, gallery, all the good stuff. And again, they also have basically all the cars from the 2018 and 2019 series. As you can see right here, we have all the Bentleys, the Audi Sports, Jaguar, the Ferrari, the BMW, Honda, and so forth and so forth, as you do get all the DLC if you did pre-order or if you buy it on the PS4 in the next 2 weeks. So that is one thing that I was very, very happy about. It's just that, you do get a good bang for your buck, because if you do buy it on the PC, you do have to pay that additional $15 for the DLC. So that's one thing I was a little bit mad about when I did purchase it on the PC, but I was happy to see that on the PS4 you do get a lot of the DLC. But one thing I did notice is that when you go to the driver profile here, you actually cannot tweak your driver settings, so you can't really do anything to your driver avatar. So you can't customize them to look a certain way. And not only that, it does not give you any information on tracks as it does on PC counterpart, but at least it gives you a simplified version of all the safety ratings. You can see we have track competence, consistency, car control, and etc and etc. Now we're gonna jump into the number one thing that you guys were probably wondering, and that is multiplayer. So jumping into multiplayer here, we jumped into a quick join public lobby, and we were able to find a lobby pretty quickly, as we did find one at Circuit de Barcelona, Catalunya. And I was very interested to see how actually it was going to perform, as if we were going to get rolling starts, or if it was going to be dumbed down, how the the beginning phase of the race actually looks like, and also how qualifying looks like, as we were able to get into qualifying. But unfortunately I forgot which button I mapped out for the pit limiter, and we were able to get resetted here, as I did go past the pit lane speed. And just getting past the pit lane speed, the qualifying actually did end right here, and we were going to be able to jump into our first multiplayer match, as there was only a little bit of people online right now, as it is the very first day on Assetto Corsa. So you guys have to be wary of that as the days go on. More and more people are going to start joining on to the lobbies, as right now we only have about 4 people on this lobby, and at least we're able to get a small race here. So jumping into the beginning part of the races for the multiplayer race, I wanted to see again if we were going to get rolling starts, if they were going to dumb everything down. But I'm happy to say that we do continue to have rolling starts. As you can see, the countdown went down, and we were able to put our ignition on, turn on the car, shift to first gear, and we are able to get our rolling start and everything that comes with it, which are the penalties if you did not do it correctly, warming up your tires, warming up the brakes, and all that good stuff. So, and I did get a penalty here, as I did not abide to the rules here. As you can see that I am going below and ahead where I was supposed to be at, so I did get a little penalty there. But one thing I do want to show you guys is how the game actually sounds and looks like in just raw gameplay without me talking. So I'm actually going to let you guys just listen and see how the gameplay looks like without me talking. So as you can see right there, that's how the gameplay is going to sound and look like when you guys are playing it. Again, locked at 30 frames per second, but the sound was still good. The immersion was still there. I thought that it sounded really good. I mean, the effects kind of sound a little bit washed out compared to some of the stuff on the PC, but I don't know if that's just me being picky, but I don't know. I think it sounded a little bit not superior to the PC. As you can see, a car gets a little bit looser. But one thing I wasn't able to test out was the damage, so that is one thing I'm going to have to definitely check out whenever I get back onto the game on the PS4, just to see how the damage model is and see if it's the same as the equivalent or equivalent to as the PC. So coming to multiplayer again, we try to go into the server list. I don't think that we're going to be able to do any type of private servers as we can on the PC, but you can see there's a lot of preset server listing right here for North America. Not sure how it's going to be like on Europe or for Asia, but we have a huge list right here, but all of them are empty right now because nobody was on Assetto Corsa at 11:30 p.m. except for me and like a few other guys. So it was very difficult to find a public multiplayer match with more than 6 or 7 people. So I can't really give you guys a definitive answer of how many cars can actually be on the grid for one time, but I'm assuming it's going to be 16 people that can be in a lobby all at once. But one thing I was happy is that on our first race, you know, we didn't have any lag issues. Everything ran smoothly and we were able to just do some clean racing, close side-by-side racing without any hiccups or without any internet problems or online problems. So the only thing, again, I tried joining into a new race and unfortunately I couldn't find any race with more than a couple of people, as it is one of the first days that this game came out. So once more people start buying it and days go on and on and on, then we'll find more lobbies with more people. So now when coming down to the final verdict of whether you guys should purchase this game, I say if you guys have a PC that can run this game on low or medium settings, I definitely recommend getting on the PC, as I do believe that you get a lot more of immersive experience and you get a lot more of the Assetto Corsa experience when you guys get on the PC. But the only thing that you do sacrifice is getting all the DLC. So if you do get on the PC, it's going to be a little bit more expensive. So you're going to have to, one, you know, get a PC well enough to run this game, but two, you also have to buy the DLC when you guys purchase the game, as if you do get it on the console, again, if you get it on the PS4 within the first, I believe, 2 weeks, you still get all the DLC. And if you pre-ordered it for the Xbox One, then you do also get the DLC as well. So if you guys only have a console and you guys are looking for a really good sim racing game, definitely get this game, as again, really didn't have too much differences from the PC, except for just some missing features that the PC has. But again, it makes up for it when you guys get the DLC and you guys get those extra tracks and those extra cars. And again, this is going to be the closest you're going to be able to get to Assetto Corsa Competizione without having to purchase the PC, and it's going to probably be the cheapest way to do it, as you do get more bang for your buck on the console. So I definitely recommend purchasing it. The 30 frames per second did not really affect it too much, the gameplay and the way that everything looked like. Like the graphics are good for a console. I wish that they would have waited for maybe the PS5 or the new Xbox, but I understand why they had to release it now, as it would have been a good business move to release it currently for all the people that can, you know, that have been wanting to play this game on the consoles. If you guys are looking for a really good sim racing game, Assetto Corsa Competizione on the console is the one for you guys, and I highly recommend it. Definitely go get it within the next few days. So hope you guys really enjoyed this first impression / gameplay of the PS4, and if you guys did, please subscribe to the channel and leave a like on the video, as it really helps out the channel when you guys do so. And if you guys want to catch more, I hope to see you guys on the next video. Peace out.